Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to start my 2024 NFL season previews. We're here to start with the NFC North, with the Detroit Lions. We're going to start off with their season preview here. I'm pre-recording this, by the way. If you watch the Kentucky video, I'll probably mention this one too. Pre-recording these two videos because I have a pretty busy schedule today with Dodgers game, or with the Xfinity race, street course, Dodgers game, Money in the Bank, and if I do any news videos. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy day. So I want to get these two videos pre-recorded and just upload them when I get up. Yeah, let's talk about the Detroit Lions here. So my first NFL season preview. I'm gonna do this every day, one team a day, or division by division. We're going to do this every day, all 32 teams, so 32 teams. So we're starting off with Detroit. So we're going to go over, their season summary from this past season. We're going to go over some veteran additions, their early draft picks, their off-season losses, and then I'll give my thoughts on their offense and defense heading this season, and also I'll give my record prediction. I'll do this for every team. So let's get the season summary they got. So the Lions, I wrote my preview down here on my paper, so that's why I'm looking over here. So the Lions had a Super Bowl appearance in their grasp. Yeah, they had it in their grasp, man, and they were up by 17 against the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. But their great season was ruined by a series of mistakes to end the game. Dan Campbell not taking field goal, going for that fourth down, just going for a few fourth downs when it just wasn't necessary, where you could take the points. And then the Ayuk catch, just everything was... Once they lost the momentum, they lost the football game. Some bad decisions, but I think Dan Campbell will learn. It was his first time being there in the NFC Championship. I think they'll learn this season. That's why I say in my NFL season predictions that I upload. If you want to go watch that, check that out. I have the Lions making the Super Bowl because I think Dan Campbell will learn from that experience, the mistakes, not taking the points. I think he'll learn. And he won't make those same mistakes if they want to make it that far again, which I have them making the Super Bowl. I have them losing, but I have them making it. But yeah, that's the season summary. Basically summed up. Some veteran additions they added this offseason. Kevin Zeitler, Marcus Davenport, DJ Reader, Carlton Davis, which I think is a good addition, a solid addition. He's solid for the Bucks. And they added Amik Robertson. So some of the veteran additions they added to this team. Added an offensive lineman there, and Kevin Zeitler, which I think is better than Jonah Jackson. I think that's an upgrade veteran, and he's getting kind of old, but he's definitely better than Jonah Jackson. Some early draft picks. I really love what they did in the draft. They really need to address their secondary, and I think they've done a really, really good job. They drafted Terrion Arnold, cornerback, and then cornerback Ennis Rakestraw Jr. Two excellent corners. I think Terrion Arnold could be the best cornerback in this draft. I think Ennis Rakestraw Jr. will be really underrated. I feel like he's underrated for the most part of the year at Missouri. People really didn't talk about him a lot as a first rounder. So I really think the Lions nailed it taking these two corners, because their secondary was really their weakness to me last season, and they did a good job of improving it. They also drafted a offensive tackle, Giovanni Manu, I think, an offensive tackle, and Sion Vaki, a safety. So some of their early draft picks here, I think they had a good draft. And some of their early draft picks. So we're over some of the players they lost in the offseason. And honestly, I really wouldn't consider many of these big losses except for the last one. Teddy Bridgewater, quarterback, he retired. I think he's going to coach high school or something like that. Can't remember. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds. He was probably like the fourth or fifth receiver on that team. Guard Jonah Jackson. He just really wasn't that good. And I think Kevin Zeitler's an upgrade. Defensive end Romeo Aquara. Cornerback Cam Sutton. Yeah, I wonder where he went. Oh yeah, he went to jail. Idiot. But this is the biggest loss, in my opinion, for him. Safety Chauncey Gardner-Johnson leaving this offseason. So that's the only big loss out of all these. I wouldn't consider many of these big losses because they really didn't have any need to bring some of these players back. Teddy Bridgewater retired, I think. And Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's a big piece because I definitely think they upgraded their secondary. But imagine if they get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, their secondary would be really good. But I think it'll still be good now. But yeah, those off-season losses. I'm gonna go over their offense. This is basically my thoughts. I think they have an elite offensive line. Obviously, with Penei Sewell, one of the best offensive linemen in the league. Kevin Zeitler, I think, was a good addition. I think they just have one of the best offensive lines in football. I think Goff will perform great again. I don't see any signs telling me, oh yeah, Jared Goff, he's going to slow down. Ever since he's got to the Lions, he's just rejuvenated his career. Where he performed well for the Rams start, but then he kind of fell off. But then when he got to the Lions, he's rejuvenated. So I think he'll perform great again. I don't see anything to tell me otherwise. Because he has some great running backs. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs a threat in the running game, but and also in the pass game. Receivers, obviously. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Jameson Williams is due for a big year. Sam Laporta, I think he'll be able to keep up what he did last year, coming on as a rookie. Their offense is going to be so good, man. Like, their O-line's elite. Goff's good. They have great running backs. They use them both. The wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown's an 1,000-yard Pro Bowl type guy every year. And Sam Laporta, I think, will be that same type of player. So, really like their offense. For their defense, I think it really improved secondary, adding Terrion Arnold and Dennis Rakestraw. Improved defensive line as well, in my opinion. That's really the notes I have for their defense. As for the record prediction, I'm gonna say the Detroit Lions will go 12-5 in this upcoming 2024 NFL season. But yeah, that's my preview for the Lions. Once again, I'm pre-recording this and uploading it. The Kentucky preview will also be pre-recorded. But those two videos will come out when I wake up. So yeah, till next time, I'll go out. Peace.